Hello there! Welcome back to episode 11 of my gameplay series for Siflonia, the city that is bound to Sifilon and has a lot of dwarves living in the mountain. And yeah, what up for today? I want to expand the Sifilon city. You see that I'm really not happy with the current situation down below. I really want to have a bit more building room for our dwarven friends. So we're going to go for that bit today as a very first thing. And well, we'll find out how things will work from that point on. I do plan to work with some irrigation here as well. So we got lots of watery things in store. The problem of the city right now is that our food situation, well, officially it is absolutely wild and positive. We'll see how that'll play out in the next couple of days. I want to be careful about these situations. As usual, we let the city grow carefully. It is also soon time for the next Scythalon tax. We are entering the winter, so it's only a matter of time until that's also necessary. Okay, we got that pumped down. Let's see. I made now the experience that it's better to pull the culvert or put the culvert exactly where it's needed. So we're going to go for that. And there goes the sweet water access. Let's see how this will play out now. I really do hope that it'll increase the income of these fields here as well. Let's do the refurnishing of the fishery here too. So we're going to have to remove storage and that from here, and we got to make it smaller, a lot smaller. I think something like this should be totally sufficient. I want to have as much space here on the coast as I can for our Scythalon works, you know. There we go. Ah, Scythalon. Waterworks. Ugh. Nah. Alright. So that reed furnishing here should do the trick. And our city is being very, very much requested. So how come? What's the great deal? The bathhouse is spreading quite some happiness. We also have to bring a bathhouse into the mountain, so yeah, there's really a lot of things to do. I certainly hope that the food clock will go upwards now that we have invested so much time into that business. Alright, so let's carve into the mountain. And I fully decided in the time between this and the last episode that we're going to go into maximum squareness, you know? This mountain is to be made as square as possible, so to speak. So we're going to use that little room here for whatever will come up. Might be a small workshop. We'll see. Most importantly, though, I really want to have some sort of a housing area now. Alright, there we go. I imagine the dwarves, Gondorians, sorry, of Sithlonia establishing themselves now in the city for real. Like, we now have a real Gondorian quarter. Where every round structure is shunned. So we're going to try and make things now as geometrical as possible in there. This should make the Dondorian population much happier. So we have a very, very low amount of odd jobbers right now available. Exactly one person. That is not enough. Yeah, so let's authorize these people and see where the homelessness is occurring. In the center of the city, strangely enough. Alright. Well, Let's slow down the game a bit and start building another house alongside of the road. I love how this adds into the whole Crooked Village Road atmosphere here. Alright, wow, 19 people without a home. That homelessness situation skyrocketed there just a second ago, hey? Well, let's put some extra longhouses in there. That should do the trick then, finally. Alright, grain farm. So... Sweetwater excess does not do anything for the farms? Or is fertility being influenced by that? Moisture. I mean, if we look there, moisture is the same. Wow, so it seems to me as if there's really only an impact on the pastures. These get a Sweetwater bonus. But that here? Nuh-uh. Not happening. Well, that's an interesting thing. I wouldn't have expected that at all. Like, really not. Alright, so we need to build another pasture here. You know, it is just way too attractive, in my humble opinion, to let that opportunity pass away. So, there we go. The human cowboys can take care of another Orok pasture. This will give us the opportunity to just have a really huge meat industry at that point. But I think this is just a really, really good thing for us, all in all. I really truly believe that we as a city will profit from that. Alright, it is springtime. The Syphilon tax is to be paid. Alright, so... these guys should be actually liking us at that point. Alright, 59 pieces. 90% of that would be 0.6, 54 ish. I think this is okay. There goes my money. And we need to scale up the production as we do each and every year. There we go. 2 more people now working in the mines. That is how Syphlonia grows. Alright. So let's see how that situation develops. How many workers does this thing need? 17. Alright. You don't really have that many workers available right now. Alright. City is growing darn fast. Alright, let's speed up the process a wee bit. That house here will help a lot of people once it's done. And let's keep picking up new workers for the pasture. I mean, the good part about the pasture is it'll be making people happy because more food, more happy. So, alright, the fish catch is unusually bad. Great. From all the things that are happening now, that's what we needed as well. Alright, so passes this year. I hope that finally the homelessness issues will go away. There's still people in the warehouse not able to find a home. So we're going to expand into that direction now. So let's do something like that. Give that a nice little road here. paintbrush there and something like that. The wonderful thing about dirt roads is that you don't have to respect them at all. And just do whatever you please with them. They are free to build, just require a little bit of workforce, and it's not condemning you at all if you are just ignoring their their range and whatnot. We can just put new buildings on top of that. Really something I like about the dirt roads. That's why I like to spam them that hard as well. Okay, so far so good. The only thing I'm not too happy about is the fact that our general happiness in the city is not high enough as it seems to attract more people. That's a quite shocking little thing, as it gives me the feeling as if there's something wrong with Syphlonia, you know. Probably we need to work harder on the attractiveness of the city, though. Here's a couple of things that I'm not too okay with. Taylor has a low workload. How so? There's almost no fabric incoming. That's why. I see. Why is there almost no fabric incoming? So did I make the storage too small, or what's the case? Is this the storage thingy? It seems as it is. So did I make the storage too small, huh? Sounds like me. So we gotta be making it like that. Makes my thingy here less efficient, though. That is bothering me very, very much. So I sincerely hope that this will be not clogging up the walkways. But we'll see about that. Alright. Storage size. Such a really fickle, annoying little thing. Alright. But so far, this year is going quite well for us. We are setting up the next pasture. I mean, this does make the city very pasture heavy. We have really a lot of ranching going on here. But on the bright side, I do see that my food surplus is finally going up. That's finally good news. You know, I've been very concerned lately about the situation with our workers in general. So that is a big relief for me. Meanwhile, the mountain city is being expanded accordingly. A slaver, go away. We're not buying any slaves. But I do want to have the plaza here a little bit freer, so we're going to do this like that. It's also soon time to expand the mines. Luckily soon, but not yet. But yeah, that's something up on the horizon as well that we cannot delay forever either. But all in all, I feel as if Syphlonia is finally, for the very first time, in a very stable situation. We now need to crank up the service availability again, I guess. Yeah, bathhouses. They just want more bathhouses. Since we have now saved several years of cut stone, I think it is safe for us to put up a bathhouse now on the farmer's market as well. Right opposite of the Great Shrine. And let's see. We should have one in the mountain as well, don't you agree? Personally, totally think so. So we put that bathhouse here into the mountain. There we go. That's gonna be a tremendous amount of work. But on the bright side, it'll make again so many people happy that it'll pay off very fast. So let's see. our humans also were unhappy with the amount of stages. So let's see, there is one stage over here, but that's that. I do agree that this is not enough entertainment for a city. So we're going to put a booth on the farmer's market now as well, on the back side of the bathhouse. So that plaza has to be expanded as well. Let's do that like this. I bet that this will increase the happy mood of the city tremendously. As it's typical, if services get thinned out too much, city stinks, city blows, people don't want to be there anymore, be there as much food as there is. It is always the same with these people. Alright. What is a bit bothersome, though, is the fact that this will drain me workers. But, you know, government. Oh, somebody got executed, then they're all wild. Medieval times. Oh, look! They chopped somebody's head off. They're actually doing something. Henry Isiday. Dad was, this bloke's death is making the city so darned happy. What is wrong with you people? Seriously. Anyways, that's what brightened up the mood of the city today. Ugh. So we still have a low workload here, but this is now entirely due to a lack of fabric. It seems to me as if we either should be upgrading our weaver's workshop or building a new one. But at this point, I clearly vote for upgrading. All right, so we're certainly not going to put up that many workers up there. Let's see, we have a... probably I should be upgrading the amount of workers on these stages here as well, huh? So probably that would help. But all in all, we got now the coverage that we were looking for. Alright, it's 56 pieces of Cephalon this year. That's basically less than last year, but that is only technically because we were paying our tax last year, a bit in the springtime, so that is okay. We do need more workers, though. I mean, it is mostly something that is keeping me forced to progress and expand. It's the big thing. It's keeping me on the pot, on my toes to finally overthrow my oppressors. Yeah. All right, bathhouse number 2 opens its services. So I bet that this will be a big game changer now. So check this out. Bathhouse service going up. Let's see. That is the one service that is heavily under-fulfilled. Alright, so I keep recruiting people like crazy right now, as once that pasture goes live, it'll drain a lot of workers from the city. But I mean, we are currently just expanding our business further and further, so I don't mind. I think this is all going down according to plan. Alright. I mean, the biggest part, or the most important part, will be the bathhouse down here. And I really need to modernize my weaving. Let's do that. I know that this is really a cheap technology, and currently, this will help us a ton. There we go. High tech! That's what we do. Probably will finally help the tailor to get their stuff done better as well. Okay. So that pasture is almost done. 96, 99. Just the last extra buildings. Boom, done. And that's also 20 people being bound here forever. Low workload again. Jeez. What we got now, right from the get-go, well, that is not much Sweetwater bonus. Wonder if that is increasing over the course of the time. I mean, it is flanked by Sweetwater. That is odd. Shouldn't this bonus be much higher? Well, we'll see about that. Yeah, check this out. So, yeah, they totally love the fact that we're now punishing criminals. Whatever it takes to please the masses. But it also helps that we got now another bathhouse, just like I thought. People love their bathhouses. Okay, so we could pick up 20 people. Tell you what, we will. Because right now there's so much backbreaking work necessary in the Sithalon mines for the expansion of the city that I totally want to have that many workers available. We also need a lot of wood, so let's start felling some trees. Should really consider getting myself a wood chopping business going at some point. Yeah, but not today. That day ain't today. Alright. So far, so good. I think we even can afford to get ourselves a couple of scientists back. And I also think we should build ourselves another lab. So, Medea. The Tilapia lady gives me money. Look at that. I appreciate. Thank you. Alright. So upgrading markets would also be really good. So the next big thing up ahead of our expansion tech list, however you want to call it, here, that's more the numbers, is definitely, in my opinion, that we should get ourselves hands on pottery. I mean, technically, we could just import pottery. Yeah, practically, not that much of a big fan of that, as it will... it's hard. Either we import the clay and make the pottery ourselves. It's for me the preferred way of doing it. It's just like if you import pottery directly, it can quickly grow off hand price-wise. Now, we're going to pick up just 5 workers in the lab. Slowpoke, you know. We're just slowpoke cranking up the heat. And over here, yeah, the Weaver is still not really able to put up enough fabric for the entire city. But at the same time, I mean, look at it like that. Everybody at least has some clothing. It ain't as much clothing as they'd want to have, but it is better than running around naked, and they are actually not that far away from their goal. So I think in a couple of years, we might be, as a matter of fact, pretty close to the numbers that we're looking for right now. Anyways, our carpenter is suffering from a low workload. That is very, very unsettling to me. So, say, do we have any issues with our warehouses? Warehouse. Workload is low. Alright. They're all running correctly on auto-employ. Alright. Then the other thing that we could work on is usually helping out as well quite nicely. Here. Hauler. Hauler hauls wood. Wood is now available at this workshop. So sometimes these little things can mean so much for the efficiency of a workshop. I just realized that we haven't had a serious output of furniture since quite some time now. I didn't like that. Not the least little bit. So beyond that, well, our income is stable. We're exporting leather like crazy as far as I see things. And let's analyze that. So leather is, we got 200 per leather armor. And leather is selling out for 50. So let's see. Yeah, well. So each unit is, yeah, that's just... Actually, exporting these leather armors is just the same as exporting the leather raw, as a matter of fact. We could not do it at all at this point. But since the leather armor is decaying anyways, we're still pretty well off doing it. Still. Economy in this game is always different. That is something I really love. Alright, but I do also see that we have neither enough cotton nor enough grain. So we shall change something about that. The other thing that is really surprising to me is the revelation that fertility is totally disconnected from water. So we don't need to worry about water or stuff like that in the least when it comes down to our fields. That also brings me to the problem, though, that the fertility on most areas here is suboptimal, to put it into friendly words. Anyways, we're going to make suboptimal fields then. Welcome to suboptimal fields. Yeah, that's going to be one hell of a bad grain farm, but at the same time, it's the best we can do, so don't hate it too hard. So, the Medeans want to trade with us for Scythodon. No, sorry girls, that Scythodon is for somebody else. We're not allowed to give it away, dear lady. By the way, I don't like how they look at my people. They look at my people as if they were some sort of a delicacy, because they are to them. They never liked the Tilapi people. They're giving me the chills. Alright, so we're going to start now with Stone Road. So there we go. Oh no, it does start Carve Away Mountain for the Stone Road. Well, alright. I have to make the Stone Road carefully then. You know, the road has to be has to have a nice and proper shape. There we go. So yeah, I just figured that it's about time that we finally set up some proper roads in Siflonia. It's not anymore fitting for the city to coast along on dirt roads. At least the main roads in the city should be stone. At least the road leading out of the mine. We might argue that the rest can be completed later, but this part of town, it's... I put it to the Dondorian influence now. Alright, my good friends, I think we left the city, and we're leaving the city today at a much better spot as we have found it when we started. There is a lot more goodness happening now. We got a lot of farmers that will bring up some grain in the upcoming years. We got administration and embassies unlocked. That's also 2 more noblemen. normal people, however you want to call it. That is really, really good. That marks a new age in Siflonia insofar as it gives us access now to new proficiencies. You know, we can now totally make a new set of upgrades there going. That is something I'm really, really looking forward to. Either way, it is time to say goodbye for today, my dear friends. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I really, really hope you had a good time just like me. And feel free to leave me your comments down below. Always loving hearing back from you. And as usual, a thumbs up would be appreciated to show the algorithm that you are recommending this. And a subscription is very appreciated as well. Check out the description box. There's plenty of links to go around. Discord, where you can find like-minded gamers. The Songs of SYX channel there is wild lately. And of course, there is also my Twitch channel, where I stream each Sunday evening in the Middle European time zone. And last but not least, check out the Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee, which are the best ways and means to supporting this channel. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.